everyone, my name is Nora Crone. I'm a violist in New York City, co-founder of the Till Project for String Players, and a musician's vocal dystonia recovery advocate. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing a fundamental principle for feeling good on the instrument whether or not you're injured, which is also an essential tool for overcoming dystonia. And it is the principle of resting down. Before I get into that, I just wanted to mention that if you're new to this channel, you may wish to check out some of my previous videos where I explain more about the process that helped me recover from dystonia. I'll leave some links down below, but the short version is that through learning a system of playing called the Till approach with a violinist named Sophie Till, I gradually changed my brain through movement, and my symptoms slowly disappeared. After 2 years of regular lessons, I returned to professional playing, and now I assist others, primarily violists and violinists, in their recovery. So, resting down. We're going to start with something that seems very obvious, and it's that our bodies are fundamentally bound by the laws of gravity. As I stand here and talk to you, my body is fundamentally in a state of resting down on the ground. Now, because I have bones and muscles that keep those bones in alignment, resting down doesn't mean collapsed in a heap on the floor. I can be upright and balanced without a sense of being up or resisting gravity. And basically, that experience of gravity is very reassuring. It's what allows us to be connected to the ground and at rest without feeling like we're going to float away into the sky. And that in and of itself can be a helpful thing to bring our attention to, especially when we're feeling anxious or completely lost physically, just the sense that we are resting down on the earth. When we stand, we can feel the contact with the ground through our feet, and when we're sitting, it's through our feet and our sit bones. So you can just take a moment to feel that vertical connection, resting down. So what does resting down have to do with the arms, and more specifically with playing the instrument? Well, no matter what instrument we play, for us to feel stable and easeful, both arms need to operate within a sense of resting down. Here's what I mean. If you just swing your arm and let it gently plop onto your head, you'll realize that you arrive with a sense of resting down in that arm. Now, to be clear, the arm isn't hanging down like a dead weight. In that case, my hand would just slip off my head. But even in the context of the hand being above my head, we recognize that we have arrived at a stable surface and can come to rest there in a way that honors the laws of gravity. Now, try floating just above your head, even a millimeter. What do you feel? First of all, the shoulder tightens. Second, we have obviously lost any sense of connection with the stable surface under the hand. So before we've even started talking about moving at all, this is already not an ideal situation. But if we return to that resting down experience, we feel that not only does resting down on that surface give us a sense of ease, it's actually crucial for being able to move around comfortably on that surface. So if you just move your hand to different places around your head and be sure to rest in between, what you'll notice is that we actually need that resting down feeling, that fundamental vertical connection to the surface, in order to enable our movements across that surface, much in the same way as when we walk, we need to be vertically connected to a surface in order to enable our steps across it. In contrast, if we try to float around our head with no sense of resting down in between, it's very disorienting. The arm never gets a chance to rest, and we can't use the vertical connection with the surface to inspire easeful movement across it from point to point. So let's check this out on the instrument. We'll do the left arm first, but we're actually going to explore this backwards for now with the right arm. So plop the instrument onto your right side. I know, it feels weird. And swing your arm and just let it fall up to the instrument and rest down. So can you feel that fundamental relationship to gravity? Now, to be clear, we're not hanging off the instrument any more than we were hanging off of our head. The arm is present and buoyant, but fundamentally in a state of rest. And we can feel that rest in all parts of the arm, in the shoulder, in the back, and even in our feet. It's a very secure feeling. Now let's try it on the other side. You notice any differences? If so, which is quite common, It can be really helpful to alternate right and left, always with your brain on the healthy side, to see if you can access that blueprint experience on the affected side. Just scan your body, noticing any differences between the two sides, and in each case, simply putting your brain on the experience that you want. In this case, almost pretending like you have two right arms. So once we can feel a real sense of resting down in the left arm, and that includes in all parts of the arm, the shoulder, the back, the legs, and the feet, we can feel how the body is actually wired to move from one vertical resting down place to another, the same way we did on our head. We actually use that vertical connection to the surface provided to us by gravity, combined with the resilience in the entire mechanism of the arm and hand and fingers, in order to propel ourselves across the surface to the next resting down place. And we bring the entire finger, hand, and forearm unit with us as we go. So this is actually the starting point for the moving mechanism of the left arm, which is, in the Till approach, is called walking hand and arm. And it really is like walking on the strings. For the right arm, the same principle of resting down applies. If you cross one arm in front of your body like this, and you just swing your opposite arm up to it and plop, you'll feel that resting down sensation. It's also interesting to try this with both arms and notice what you feel. So it actually doesn't matter where my arm is in space, whether it's close or far away. We can feel the sense of resting down regardless all the way through the arm and into our feet. Of course, just as when we rested down on our heads, the arm is not collapsed down or hanging. The muscles are alive and the arm is buoyant, but we fundamentally recognize that we have arrived at a stable surface and can come to rest. And just like with the left arm, we use this vertical resting down to propel ourselves from place to place. We feel that sticky gravity connecting us with the surface, and we use it combined with the resilience in the fulcrums of the arm, hand, and fingers to send us across the surface to the next deep resting down spot, all within a context of remaining vertically connected to the surface in a stable way. Now let's try that on the bow. So, if you just hold your bow up with your right hand for right now and swing your left arm and let it plop onto the bow, can you feel that resting down sensation? Try that a few times. Now try with your right arm. Is it the same experience? If not, can you identify what's different about it and then locate the experience you want from your left side? And ask your brain for that version on the right side. So our finger, hand, forearm unit is resting down on the bow. And this is a crucial bit of information that many of us overlook. The bow is also resting down on the strings. So the instrument itself is actually doing a significant portion of the holding for us. You can feel the same thing if you take any object with a bit of length to it and you rest it on your right arm. So as soon as the object connects with the surface of our arm, there is an immediate sense in the arm that's holding that we have arrived and are stably resting down on that surface. And we can feel that regardless of where the surface is in space. Lastly, the bow arm moving mechanism also employs this sense of resting down and of using that vertical connection with the surface combined with the resilience in the fulcrums of the fingers, hand, and forearm to move across that surface to the next profound resting down place. All the while, we feel comfortable and at ease because we recognize that just like when we're seated stably on the ground, we are safe and secure. So that's it for today. I'm going to leave links to a few other videos down below that expand on this topic for those of you who want to explore further. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anyone who you think could benefit from this information. If you want to know more about dystonia recovery, you can subscribe to my channel. And if you want to know more about healthy string playing in general, you can also subscribe to the Till Approach. My name is Nora Crone and my website is www.noracrone.com. Thanks everyone. See you next time.